Mark Price joins us here. Prior to the LeBron days, the Cavs hadn't reached the Eastern Conference Finals since '92, when their second leading scorer was the sharpshooter, Mark Price, who spent 9 seasons here in Cleveland. Now, by the way, the new head coach at the University of North Carolina, Charlotte. And Mark is with us here on Game Time from the Finals. Congratulations on the gig. Welcome back to Cleveland.
Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Excited to be back here in Cleveland.
Yeah, this is pretty heady stuff for the city, obviously, and having spent so long here, you know as well as anybody what this event means to the folks around here.
Well, they're extremely fired up. There's been a big monkey on their back for a long time here in the city. It would do wonders for this city for the Cavaliers to win the championship.
And Mark, when you sit here and watch this team play, so much is made what LeBron's doing. But what is something different that you say, I really like this team?
Well, I think once they added the guys mid-season, Mozgov, Shumpert, J.R. Smith, it did something to this team. It gave them the life that they needed. It got some more shooters in here. They start playing through LeBron a little bit more. He became the facilitator, and it really, you could see them start coming together at that point.
Mark, let's talk about point guard play. When you look at Steph Curry and we look at Dele D, right? What do you see that's happening in that matchup? And a lot of times we don't want to give credit to the defense, but what is he doing defensively to bother such a great shooter? You're one of the best shooters I ever played against, and as a matter of fact, if you was in this league right now, we wouldn't be talking about Steph Curry. We'd be talking about you. So what is he doing to bother Curry?
Well, I think he's relentless, first of all. He's just one of those guys. The other night, a great example, he gets knocked down and he still gets up and somehow contests the shot. And you know, as a player, when a guy's just on you nonstop, it sort of gets to your head a little bit. And to me, it's not as much what Dele's doing, not taking anything away from his effort. But Steph's missed a few shots now. People are talking about it. You know how that goes. You start thinking about it a little bit. And I think that's a little bit of what's going on right now.
You know, a lot of times, Mark, people are trying to compare what it is that Steph does as a shooter in this league and are always in awe of how it is that he can get some of his shots off. You were certainly one of the best off-the-dribble pull-up shooters that this game ever saw, especially from 15 to 18 feet. What is it about shooting off the dribble that you think is the most important aspect of being a consistent shooter?
Well, I think the key, one, when you're a smaller guard, Isaiah can speak to this as well. You know, when you don't have the ability to just jump over somebody and shoot, you have to learn how to create space for yourself, whether it be off the dribble, being deceptive on head fakes, shot fakes. You see Steph getting guys up all the time, getting to the foul line, angles. You have to learn to be able to create for yourself that space, and Steph has just continued to get better with that over the years, and really this season took it to another level.
Mark, you played at a time when the Eastern Conference was just ridiculous, just stacked with the likes of a Bucks team that people don't really talk about anymore, which was really good in the 1980s. Your team, obviously these guys, the Celtics, the Sixers, along the way. And you're sitting here next to Isaiah, and you guys seem to get along fine, but I know the two of you battled.
There they go.
I can only imagine how many times over the
good
years.
block, Mark, good block.
What do you think of when you look at Zeke sitting next to you?
Well, let's just say we got after it when we played. No questions. You know, Isaiah obviously was the standard at the point position when I came in the league, and we had to play him 6 times every year back then. We were division rivals. You know, you knew you had to go through Detroit, and we went at it. We were competitors, and he was one of the best. But, you know, I had to raise my level. Every night I knew I was stepping on the floor against this guy.
And he did raise it. And not only did he raise it to the point where I would go to the bench and I would say, Chuck, I can't handle him tonight. We gotta put Joe on him, and I'll come in and I'll play against his backup.
I didn't even bring up the Bulls yet, because you had the misfortune of playing at that time as well. You guys end up losing to the Bulls in the playoffs 5 times in 7 years. You were on the floor for the Michael Jordan ELO shot as well. Do you ever think to yourself, if not for Michael Jordan, then what?
Well, I think, you know, everybody always thinks that.
Yeah.
You know, we were 3 seconds away from getting a chance to play Detroit, you know, and play for the next level. And, you know, great player, hit a great shot. You know, we were a great team. It just didn't happen. You know, there's a lot of guys that have gone through. Isaiah had a great team. They were fortunate to break through. You know, whether it be injuries or things of that nature, we were just never quite able to get there. Obviously, as a player, that's what you strive for, and you're disappointed when you don't do that. But still, we had a really good team. I love my teammates that I played with here in Cleveland, and That's why I'm excited that they're back and getting a chance to do this now.
I'm not going to let it slip away, Mark. You played 1 year at Golden State, too, and I watched you a ton, so I'm not letting you get away with that. You were part of the Warriors for just that one season.
So I just want to say this. I love this man. I love this guy. No, really.
And Mark,
as a competitor and as a player, just big respect.
Well, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
With that being said, when you look at the NBA today and all the guards you see, unfortunately Kyrie gets hurt with his knee injury. How do you look at the NBA? You see all these great guards we have with John Wall and etc.
Well, I think it started, a few years back with Steve Nash when the rules changed.
Yep.
I told people, I said the rules change helped Steve be an MVP in this league, because now, if we'd have played and we couldn't touch each other or hold each, Isaiah would have had about 40 every night. I'd have probably had 35. It's just, when you can play without that resistance, and now the way the teams through analytics and other things are really looking at the three-point line.
Right. They would have let you take 10 a night.
That's the first option. These guys are putting it up, man. They're putting it up. They're putting it up.
And you're allowed to miss.
Oh, yeah, exactly.